Peace, 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 peace. Give thanks for life. Um, yeah. So you know how I do. I'm in my thoughts. I'm seeing certain things. I'm watching certain things. I'm reading certain things, and I move to say something. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this evening. All right. Give thanks for life, people. All right. Hustle, hustle, work, society. Right. Society is all about work. It's all about careers and jobs, because you have to pay your bills now. We live in an unnatural world, okay? So we live in an unnatural world. Some say Babylon, some say the Matrix and the system and all these things. But it's an unnatural world, you know? It's not the way nature designed it. Humans are very far removed from nature. And part of being removed from nature was being educated into a society that wants to use you for your labor, right? And you was educated into a society that wants to control you, right? Okay. And they want to control you for their own purpose, their own gain, you know? Okay. So where am I going with this? Simple. Nature. Nature versus society, right? So now in society, you have all these professions that deal with your personal organism, your human body, the organism in which you reside. Okay, now in this organism, in this human organism, the human is another species on the planet. Are we not? Are we not an animal? Are we not an animal? Do we not require the same things the animals need? Right? We need oxygen and sunlight, and water and food, and we procreate and reproduce ourselves the same way they do. So we're living the same physical life, you know. Now, when you get into the mental, yeah, very different. But physically, very much the same. Identical physical needs of every other species on the planet. We need the elements. We need the sun, we need the water, we need the earth, we need, the elements. Okay. And we procreate the same way. So, how come now humans have an arrogance that comes along with their presence on the planet? And we know this arrogance comes from the ego of, spirituality, divinity, and religion, of things like that, which is all belief, okay? But what we know, the physical reality that we know, let's put aside your belief, because some of y'all are going to say, well, humans are divine, and that's a belief, and humans are spiritual beings on a physical belief. Belief. Physically, and some of y'all will say, well, I can't listen to this because you're taking away the spirit and you're just reducing it to a physical belief. Okay? On a physical plane, when I compare us to the rest of the species on the planet, we're so complicated, right? We think we're so complicated, and what I'm saying is that came from a false education. All right? You was taught to not trust your instincts. You was taught by religion that your instincts is wrong, that your instincts is your flesh, and your flesh is sin. This is what we were taught in religion, that our flesh is sin. And we must that We are waging a war between the spirit and the flesh. That is the teaching of religion. It's a war between your spirit and your flesh, which is European. Everything is war with them. Like, there's no holistic. It's a war. Like, why should my spirit be at war with my flesh when my spirit is housed in my flesh? My spirit should praise my flesh, and my flesh should praise my spirit, because there's none without the other, right? Okay, so now, in nature, humans are the only ones that are looking for I don't want to say it in the regular month. All right, you know what? I'll just go here and let it flow to where I want to get to it. What I'm saying is that we're the only ones that approach our food like it's a science project. You know what I'm saying? We approach our food like it's a science project, and we make it very complicated because we're addicted from babies to heavy stimuli, overstimulation of the palate, okay, which creates addictions. But now, let's fast forward now to all these healers, right? I want to get on these healers for a moment. I'm already going a little bit too far in my time, but let me just move this along more, rapidly, bring it to a point. In the health conscious community, there's a lot of scammers. There's a lot of hustlers. There's a lot of people who ain't been around long enough to be no teachers. I want to put that out here first. If you have not been on the lifestyle for more than 5 years, you should not be trying to teach any lifestyle that you have not lived for over 5 years. Come on, because that means you're just doing it for a hustle. You're trying to make money, or you're super excited and you're sharing information that you don't fully have the longevity to understand it yet. Okay? Now, another thing is this. Y'all make it too complicated because y'all want to make money. Y'all make it too complicated because y'all want to make money. Okay? Look at nature. Look at nature. Look at how nature eats. Look how every single other species in nature eats. Then look how you eat, human. And not only look how you eat, look how you complicate it. Look how you running around chasing vitamins and minerals and amino acids and proteins and calories. Show me where they do that in nature. Show me where they go and say, well, I have to eat this because it has this particular mineral in it. No, they don't chase minerals. They don't chase vitamins. They don't count calories. They don't chase superfoods, which is a complete lie. It's a hype. It's a money marketing scheme. Then it's not a complicated thing. Eating is not complicated, but they complicate your knowledge of how to eat because they want to make money off of you from the very beginning, and they give you that fake food chart, the food table. It's wrong. It's set up to make you into a medical customer. And then these holistic healers and health people and vegan gurus, they're also looking for customers. They're looking to pay their rent. There's no money in actual health. There's no money. And if you live right and eat the right foods, and you wouldn't need all the other things, the herbs, like all these herbalists, they're making money off of you. They're just like the doctors. They're making money off of you. They don't want you better because how are they going to pay their rent? They want you coming back. They tell you you need to take these things forever. Why? Show me in nature where you have animals taking medicine every day of their life. Show me in nature where they have to make all these teas and go eat all these bitters. No, why are you doing that? You're doing all that because you're not eating the right stuff. You need all these teas and bitters and medicines because you're just not simply eating the right food in the right proportion according to your body type. You're not. You're just not. In nature, everything you see eats raw mono. Raw mono. Why do humans think we don't have to eat raw mono? It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Raw mono. Like everything else in creation. If people are not saying raw mono, they're only looking to make a money. Or they just don't know no better. And they're still part of the hype. They're still part of the miseducation and the misinformed. It ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. And it's so simple, y'all never believe it. And more importantly, and if you do believe it, you'll be too bored to fulfill it. Because food is not entertainment. Food is not medicine. Food is not a science project. Food is not a vice, a drug, something to do when you're bored. Food is just simply sustenance. Mono and raw. If it's mono and raw, you will really know what you like and what you don't like. Mono and raw. So all that sea moss, don't mix that sea moss with no fruit. Just eat that sea moss mono and raw and tell me how much you like seafood and how much is a great superfood for you. That's a hype. If you just eat a handful of fruits every couple of hours at best at need be, you'll be perfectly fine, but that's bored. That's boring. And right now your body's so toxic, you won't be fine in the very beginning because the detox it would take for your body to recognize its natural fuel again. Most of y'all are probably not willing to go through it. You're so toxic from 25, 30, 40, 50 years of eating all type of garbage, the starch, and all the cooked things. And yeah, don't even get into the dead animals, but all the processed foods and the starches, that's going to take a long time to get out of you. And it might hurt to come out. It might be painful. So a lot of y'all don't want to go to full 100 because you put your tradition and your culture and your fear of real cleanliness, of real cleansing of the body, because real detox might hurt because you got a lot of stuff in you. So in the beginning, you might say, "Oh no, this is not good because it makes me feel sick." Well, no, you are sick. You don't feel the sick. It's like the heroin addict. The heroin addict don't know how sick he is until he stops trying to take heroin. And when your body has to detox from that heroin, oh my God, some of them don't even make it. It goes that bad that the detox kills them. And my heart to those that are so sick that detox seems like death. But real health is boring and it's not profitable. It's just mono raw. Yo, give thanks for life, people. Yeah, respect.